We artists are always trying to find ways to manifest our ideas. We're driven to take what's in our brains and make them a part of reality. And I think that for a lot of us, once we create, we want to share. But in order to share effectively, we have to communicate effectively. The good news is, art is really a form of communication, so you're off to a good start. I think of art as mental or emotional communication, rather than the typical written or verbal form. But regardless, the message behind your art isn't laid out for your audience like, say, a presentation or a set of instructions. It's not a linear conversation. It's more complex and open and meaningful. And if you're capable of creating that kind of original, meaningful message, you're absolutely capable of repurposing your creativity to move people just as effectively in a way that they're sure to understand. It really just takes some practice. The thing is, not everyone is always going to get what you're trying to say with your work. Personally, I think letting your work speak for itself is just a massive cop-out. That's why it's always great to have the opportunity to hear an artist speak or have the chance to ask them questions. Audiences are interested in knowing what an artist is thinking or why they made certain creative decisions. Talking or writing about your own work isn't something to discount or avoid, even when you're just making that work for yourself. Words are important in art and in pretty much every other aspect of life, so use them. If you're trying to figure out how to talk or write about your work, or just communicate better in general, I encourage you to first figure out what it is that you're trying to say. Free write, doodle, find someone to bounce ideas off of. And once you've figured that out, start asking questions. Ask if your work represents the ideas that you're thinking about, or simply ask if your ideas are making any sense in the first place. Once you've figured out how to match your message with your work, then you can communicate pretty much anything. I spend every day writing about insurance, video production, and breast cancer, but the reason why I'm able to take any subject and roll with it is because I've spent lots of time writing about my own creative ideas in a way that others can understand and connect with. If you can communicate a fuzzy, abstract idea in your head, then you're in good standing. And trust me, that'll come in handy when you're trying to do other non-art related things, like find a job. As a copywriter and scriptwriter by day, I spend a lot of time thinking about how to use words effectively, powerfully, and persuasively. Over the next month, I'm going to be sharing what I've learned, plus some other fun marketing stuff. So I hope you'll stick around. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you next Thursday.